Afternoon, everybody. So we're back for, excuse me. So we're back for another tiny race this afternoon. This week's tiny races are themed getting longer, and as we go from race 1 to 4, each race finishes with a slightly steeper climbing bit at the end of the course we're on, or the partial course we're on. So yeah, I'm sure you all know how I feel about hills at the moment, given my uncooperative legs. So we'll have to see how this one goes. We start with 5.2 kilometres of the Watopia flat route, which means we go up the draggy hill from the beach, crossing the tunnel towards the volcano, and then around the volcano and along the path to the Italian villages, and we go up the dirty sorpresa kicker section to the Italian village, and then through to the that's not this route. So this route we go through the underwater tunnels, and we have the kicker up out of the tunnel, and then we go off on the dirt towards the fishing village, and we finish on the wooden bridge section just past the fishing village. So yeah, this one is slightly easier-ish. Here we go. So either we dropped a few people, or a few people didn't start. We're down to 52 at the front. Not quite sure why people are using their steamrollers here, but anyway. We'll go back down into the tunnel again in a minute. A little spurt of speed there I nearly missed. Oh, it's a bit further finished than I thought. I should have looked at the distance. I thought it was here, where this sign is. Well, I must time that completely. Only 8 seconds back. Oh, I looped one. I thought, look, you need to steamroll a bit early actually. I thought he'd use it about the same time I did. But maybe he just felt it didn't really impact the finish because he knew where the finish was and I didn't. Oh dear. Some energy going. Hopefully that'll settle in for weeks rated 3 and 4. Luke's being cruel to Ian, saying he's got to lead the way because it's his birthday. Right, so yeah, the route I started to describe at the start of race 1 is actually the race we're doing now in race 2. So we get up the draggy climb out of the beach, through the tunnel over to the volcano, we go around and then along to the dirty Sorpresa winding kicker up to the Italian villages, across the cobbles through the village, and then we've got like a 350 metre or so sprint, flat sprint section to the kind of reverse of the JWB sprint bridge sprint. Daryl's feeling his time off on holiday. He's another herd rider. So yeah, we get I think we get a steamroller for this, or maybe we don't actually. We had a steamroller for race 1. So yeah, no, we don't get a steamroller for this one, so we have to work hard off the suppressor, or harder, and we then get a draft, which is good for the long flat sprint finish section. I just historically have liked having a steamroller up the suppressor. Larry's 70 now, despite him still saying 69 in his name, and still racing with us, and most of his parts still working. That's a good start. Yeah, so for race 4 we go through the jungle start to Road to Sky, and we finish about 400 odd meters or so into the Zwift, into the Alp climb, but it's, although a lot of it is on dirt, it only really works if you use a gravel bike on that one. If you're really going to push the pace through the dirt and get yourself about a 30 to 40 second lead coming out of the jungle onto that last bit of tarmac for 700 meters with about 400 meters of climbing, Yeah, distance not height. Yeah, it's tricky because it seems like a smaller gap to group will be enough when you get to the end, but because it's climbing up tarmac, the gravel bike really doesn't do well on that last bit, and you've had to push to get your gap. So people tend to fade heavily. I've tried it once before or twice before, I think, on a gravel bike. Once I barely broke, and I think once I got 7 seconds, and they caught me just at the end of the dirt because of the downhill bit. And I've seen someone get, I think, about 24 seconds lead and still lose by about 30 seconds. So I reckon you need close to 40 seconds to give yourself that mental ability to hang on at the end. Because obviously if you get caught beforehand, you tend to give up, and how much you lose by is irrelevant. So people, I think, as soon as they get caught, they're off the pace. No, it hasn't worked. But I reckon if you got close to 40 seconds, you'd be okay, or you'd at least have the motivation to have a close run thing of it. Anyway, next race is up. So here we go for Beach Island Loop. Warm day here today, hardly any sunny outside, but it makes this room rather warm. Looks like we've got some new riders. Not good for my legs. There's Karen. Oh, pacey there. I'm down to 42 at the front right now. Fan up a bit more. Running out of fan levels already. Okay, here we hit the dirt for the suppressor. Okay. Only 7 seconds back. About 18. I went for PD, second for cool hand. Oh, that got the lactic going. Wow. Yeah. Oh. Right, so race 3 is 5.7k Seaside sprint. So we got up the dragon climb out of the beach, through the S's, across the JW bridge, and then down the dirty sorpressa that we've just come up, going through the Italian villas, and then we go round into the volcano for the kicker finish, which is kind of a tough one to do because you have to stick with the group on the first kicker into the volcano, and then we've got like 300 meters before another short kicker towards the finish banner, or what is normally the lap banner. Oh. Really felt the lactic on that one. I pushed hard up the climb, hoping that getting at the front there would give me a decent bit of leeway for my poor little legs on the sprint finish. But although I was like 5th or 6th or whatever at the top of the dirt, there were like, 10-15 riders right there with me. Greg says he's going backwards to the start. That's metaphorically, not literally. As in, he's getting a slow start compared to the rest of us, rather than actually going backwards further into the pen. Oh. There we go, race 3. And we get 1 aero for this race. Right, we've got some new riders again as well, unfortunately. Means fresh legs. Got 1 flyer. 34 free at the front now. Plan for the max. Oh, I died. 29. Only 10 seconds back though. I think I need to try and give my legs a little bit of a stretch before the next one. Oh, thankfully, final one. Oh, lactic, lactic, lactic. There you go. Doesn't come water on my face as well. Oh. Cowan's too tired to care. Here we go. Oh, that was hard to get going. Oh, we got new riders again. Some more fresh legs again. That was, can't be asked Karen just bursting to the front. We got one guy out front, about what, 5 seconds maybe? There you go, heading for the tarmac and uphill finish. Luke got a podium, it's a good job. Nearly a minute back. Any races that end up an uphill, you don't get a cool down, you just get stuck on a grind. Right, I think I did okay there today. Well, let's see what happened to my drift score. Ooh, up to 272, that's going to hurt. I mean, I can't do the 270 races in the midweek, and there's no way I'm ready to do the next category up. So I'll have to find something else to race midweek. I may not have done the past one anyway, I haven't looked at the course to see what it is. But that makes it a definite no-no. Oh, flat. Thank you for the legs. Oh, right. I'm going to go and cool down. I'll have to see what's on midweek. I might see if there's a crit race maybe that I can do. Don't need to be super competitive. I just need to want something where I'm not going to get like immediately dropped, which would happen in the higher category in the past racing. Because I'm only just sticking up with the 160s to 270s at the moment. So I'll look and see what's on. I'm sure I'll find something. If not, I can just do a road pacer ride or something. I'll see you back here next Saturday for the next What's Tiny races, if not before. I'll go and have a nice flat cool down. And in the meantime, as ever, don't forget, bring a towel and don't panic.